Jake Julian, do you know what you want to be when you grow up?
A golfer.
Awesome. Do you know what you want to be when you grow up?
Artist.
An artist? Do you want to know what you want to be when you grow up?
Farmer.
Do you know why you want to be a farmer?
Because my dad won't let me have any pets now, so when I'm a farmer, I can have as much pets as I want.
Good idea. Do you know why you want to be an artist?
Because I like it.
Because you like it. Do you want to know why you want to be a golfer?
Because it's fun.
Awesome. Do you know why you guys have flashlights? No idea? Okay. Good morning, Montgomery School students, family, friends, and staff. Hello. My name is Ella Heft, and Montgomery has been my home since I was 3 years old. I've literally grown up here. I've been encouraged to do so many different things. My various teachers have helped me figure out what my gifts are, what I like, and at times what I didn't necessarily like. My family has endlessly traveled and has always encouraged me to seek out adventure and step into new experiences to explore who I am. My classmates are like brothers and sisters. We go on class trips, have slumber parties, and have been a vital part in one another's daily lives. Together, we have been instrumental in helping one another to figure out our individual life's purpose. All of us are in the constant process of discovering our true passions that will lead us to our purpose in life. When I was little, I liked to explore many different careers and activities. At one point, I wanted to be a teacher, and my little sister Lily was always my student. She was never right and always had college-level homework and was never allowed to be the teacher. I also wanted to be a horseback rider, and I stayed with this for a very long time. At one point, I wanted to be a fashion designer, but to be more precise, a Vogue fashion designer and magazine editor. I also wanted to be the "may I take your order drive-through" girl. And later in my life, I wanted to be a grocery store checkout clerk. And just a little side note, the sign behind me says, "Today, WA, have lots of food," spelled W-A-H-A-V. Also, I wanted to be Hannah Montana, as any 8-year-old did back in 2011. Then, when I was 9, I heard a story my dad told me about how he used to swim every day as a child. And then I had my heart set on being an Olympic swimmer. Then, I went through a stage where my family traveled a lot, and I wanted to be the exits maybe in front of you or behind you, put your seat in the upright position girl. I remember the conversation I had with my grandmother very clearly that night, the night I built my own plane in the hallway. It goes like this. "Ma'am, do you have your passport?" "I'm afraid not." "Get off my plane." And I point to the exit. That's our job when we're young, right? To try on many different hats and see what sparks our interest. As we continue to go through life, our job is to explore everything and see what lights us up the most. You're made up of atoms, 7 billion cubed to be exact, and you are the only problem you ever have, and frankly, the only solution. You have talents that are yet to be discovered, ideas that are yet to be thought, words that are yet to be spoken, and feelings that are yet to be felt. We're not given an assignment at birth that says, you need to do this, you need to get there, you need to be this. Finding who you are can happen when you're young, or it can happen when you're old. But hopefully, it happens fairly early, so you have your whole life to pursue it. It's a discovery process. Although, it is never truly too late to start living your purpose fully and well. How do we live a life that is true to who we are? How can we use our talents to lead a life of happiness and fulfillment? It is known that 80% of the people in America are going to jobs that they hate and careers that don't challenge them. But more importantly, jobs that are not an expression of who they really are and what they are really passionate about. Only 20% of the people in America know their purpose and live it fully. When I think of purpose, I see it sort of like a flashlight. People that don't have a purpose are lost in the dark, wandering about aimlessly, wasting time, and this precious life that we have been given. But the people that have found their purpose are in the light. They also bring light to the world with their talents and abilities and make a difference. They have a clear, lit path. Even if they come across darkness, there is always a light to guide them. May I please invite my 9 volunteers up to the stage.
Run away. What if we left today? What if we said goodbye to safe and sound? What if we're hard to find? What if What if we let them fall behind and they're never found? And when the light
This is a representation using the size and the amount of our group of people in our group today of how many people are living their purpose in America. Not many, right? If I could turn the lights out in here, there wouldn't be a tremendous amount of light. Thank you. Let's talk about why there are so many of you in the dark. Why are so many people not living their purpose? What keeps people from living their purpose? As I said earlier, we are frankly our own largest obstacle. I want to talk about the 3 things that keep people from living their purpose. These 3 things are fear, doubt, and poor self-esteem. May I please invite my 3 volunteers to the stage? So your fear, what do you do to people?
I keep people stuck.
Fear keeps people stuck. Your doubt, what do you do to people?
Keep people from taking risks.
You keep people from taking risks. Your poor self-esteem, what do you do to people?
I keep people from letting their true self show.
Poor self-esteem keeps people from letting their true self show. I believe that we allow these 3 things to block us on our path to purpose, and you can see just how that happens. Now, fear, doubt, and poor self-esteem, can you please turn around so your backs are facing the audience? Fear is now courage, doubt is now belief, and poor self-esteem is now confidence. We all can see how we have replaced fear, doubt, and poor self-esteem, which are the very things that keep us in the dark and block us from finding our purpose. We've replaced them with courage, belief, and confidence, which lead us into the light of finding our purpose. We all need to challenge our fears, doubts, and self-esteem. Let's give our volunteers a round of applause. I know now that it's easier to face these things. When I was little, I used to be so scared of the dark. I would pull the covers over my head when the lights went out and hide confined in the walls of my little sheet tent. It would have been much better and to be more courageous and get up and flick the light on and off a couple times and realize that I didn't die of a horrid death by the boogeyman. It would have been better to challenge how silly my fear actually was. Instead, I allowed it to keep me paralyzed and stuck. I spent many torturous months of sleepless nights confined in the walls of my small little sheet tent, and I allowed fear to win. So, let's talk about why purpose is so important to our happiness. Everyone wants to be remembered for something special, unique, and have an impact on the world and the lives of others. We all want to be the person with the flashlight. Everyone wants to leave a little bit of who they are in the world, even when they're gone. Basically, we all just want to matter. Mostly, it's not the things that we do in life or the things that have happened to us in life that we regret on our deathbed. It is the things that remain within us that we have not yet shared with the world that we regret even after we're gone. A life that lacks purpose lacks happiness. And our job in the world is to challenge these 3 enemies: fear, doubt, and poor self-esteem. They creep up from time to time, but we have to decide not to let them stop us. I would like to wrap up my chapel with a quote that summarizes it all today. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark, but the real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. I believe that everyone in this audience will find their purpose because that is what Montgomery has instilled in us. Continue to be curious, be bold, be kind, be brave, and most importantly, be you. So now, would the teachers please pass out a glow stick to each and every one of you, and your glow stick is a representation of your journey to seek out purpose in your life. Everyone please stay seated, and your teachers will pass them out. May I invite all of my volunteers and people that are singing back up to the stage.
We're doing 2 verses, 2 choruses.